No proposal is going to be complete without explaining to your client how long things are going to take. It's two of the things that your client is going to ask you: how long is it going to take and how much is it going to cost me? It's one of their burning questions. So seeing as this is what we'd call like a high engagement page or a high engagement section, it's something that they're going to be actively seeking out when they've opened the proposal. They're going to have their questions and they're going to want those answered as quick as possible. So they're naturally going to scan for one of these pages. So you've got a little bit of an opportunity here to get something in there that you perhaps wouldn't get the chance to do. What we recommend doing is merging describing your process and the timescales, which is the answer that they're after. So merge these two pages and call them, process and timescales. So they'll go to this page to look for that answer. Now, this is a really great opportunity to actually calm them a little bit with explaining exactly how you do things. Now, you can do this from the proposal stage. So what's quite a nice little trick to do here is lay out, say, the, 7 stages of doing business with you, but actually marking off the first stage being a meeting, which you probably would have already had, or discovery session, and the second stage being the proposal, which is the stage they're currently at. So it kind of makes them feel like they're halfway through the process already or partway through it. And then you really just want to make sure that you be careful not to give them too much detail and keep it all very, very relatable. So keep it to very general things that they can get their head around and understand without bogging them down with too much detail. You don't want to overcook it, but just relieve them of that pressure of this is a confusing process, or I don't understand this, or they're going to go dark for 12 weeks and nothing's going to happen and it's going to be confusing and scary and I don't know what they're doing with my money. So you want to try and alleviate that, and the easiest way to do it is just spell out exactly what's going to happen. So if the first step was a meeting, the second step was the proposal, the third step could be like a final discovery call, the fourth step could be, some sketch or mock-up or design or something of that description. The next step could be going into the workshop and doing some work, or going into your studio or whatever it is. And actually doing the thing, and then the final step is their approval, right? Everybody can get their head around that idea. It's not weird, it's not out of the ordinary, it's a very, very straightforward, easy to understand process. And that just calms them a little bit and goes, cool, I understand this isn't going to be confusing, this isn't going to be weird, they're not going to run off with my money, I can see the steps here and I'm already partway through the process. It's just a really nice way of dressing it up. And of course at the end there you can tell them, this is going to be sort of an 8 to 10 week lead time or whatever it's going to be. What some people do is detail how far through the process each week is. So say it's like an 8-week project. They might say, okay, this is going to take X amount of time, and that's going to take 3 days, and that's going to take a week, and that's going to take 2 weeks. I don't know if that's necessary, and what you can often find is that they actually try and hold you to that stuff later on, and it can cause the feeling of dispute when actually there's really not a lot of need for it. I don't think that's particularly necessary. Just the very fact that you've spelled out exactly what's going to happen, calmed them a little bit, and then told them exactly how long it's going to take is all you really need to do there. So use that page as a little bit of an opportunity to get them to understand your process and your way of doing things.